Hi, it's Lindsay Carlson here. As a film critic, I love the classics, but there's still a lot of classics I have yet to see. So I'm going back and making up for lost time. We just got a 4K release of one of the most famous classic Hollywood-based Hollywood films of all time, and I finally picked it up and watched it for the first time. The movie I'm talking about today is Sunset Boulevard, starring William Holden and Gloria Swanson. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Close-up there of our heroes. That looks very nice. There's our spine text. Back cover. Again, this film was directed by Billy Wilder, one of the most famous and most revered directors of all time. Under the slipcover, the art is pretty much the same. There's our code. And we get the film in 4K Ultra High Def as well as a Blu-ray disc. I believe the Blu-ray disc is identical to the previously released one. Fame isn't forever. Just ask Norma Desmond, once a Hollywood legend, now a forgotten relic. When struggling screenwriter Joe Gillis stumbles into her decaying mansion, he becomes trapped in her web of obsession and delusion. What starts as an opportunity spirals into something far more dangerous. Widely considered one of the greatest from the golden age of Hollywood, it's a dark, twisted, and haunting look at Hollywood's cycle, where youth is currency, talent fleeting, and the spotlight always fades. How many people out there have heard the famous film line, "Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up"? Probably just about everybody. How many people can actually name the source of that quote? Probably not nearly as many, but of course, it comes from Gloria Swanson in Sunset Boulevard. This Billy Wilder film was one I'd always been curious about, but I'd never seen the movie until now. And I must say, this movie is certainly a masterpiece worthy of its lofty status. The movie revolves around a struggling screenwriter portrayed by William Holden, who finds himself running from the creditors who want to repossess his car. He parks in a garage he believes is to be abandoned, but walks in and finds that it's the home of an aging Hollywood starlet from the silent era who never made the transition into talking pictures. She still receives fan mail, and despite her delusional, secluded nature, still believes that she's all that. She recruits this young man to be the one to work on a screenplay for a biblical epic she's working on, who she hopes to share with her old friend Cecil B. DeMille, a legendary director who of course portrays himself in the film. It's not long before something forms between the two of them, but we have a love triangle of sorts when this young man finds himself infatuated with a beautiful woman who works at the studio as well. She herself is engaged to one of his best friends, portrayed by a very young pre-Dragnet Jack Webb. So I guess in a way you could almost call this a love rectangle. And just seeing how everything unfolds here is absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of great cameos in this movie, including a few others from the silent era. You even have Buster Keaton, the legendary silent comedian, playing himself in a poker scene. You have the legendary columnist Hedda Hopper portraying herself. And there's a lot of other random little appearances as well that you have to keep your eye open for. Erich von Stroheim plays one of the best roles as Norma Desmond's butler, part of the reason that she thinks she's still all that, and he does everything he can to try to keep the illusion alive. It's not long before Miss Desmond encounters Cecil B. DeMille, who's happy to see his old friend, but doesn't have the heart to tell her screenplay is not that good, nor is she as an actress. Her delusions simply go too far, and it's not long before this ends up being the downfall of her and those around her. Sunset Boulevard really has to be seen to be believed, because no review can really do this one justice. It's the golden age of Hollywood at its all-time best, one of the best films ever made, and it's not hard to see why this one has its lofty reputation, a reputation that's certainly deserved. Don't pass up an opportunity to see this one, because it will stick with you long after you're done watching. I must say, this 4K release of Sunset Boulevard looks very good. The addition of HDR certainly works wonders for grayscale films, with the addition of deeper, darker black levels, but also more vibrant whites where they're needed as well. It's a fantastic looking picture. If I had to guess, I'd say this is probably sourced from the same source that was used for the earlier Blu-ray release, but of course now in native 4K and with the addition of HDR. This is how classics should look. No unwanted enhancements, no digital tinkering, no noise reduction, natural film grain intact, and no unwanted tricks along the way. It's a fantastic looking transfer of a fantastic film. There are no bonus features on the 4K, but the Blu-ray, again, which I believe is identical to the previously released one, has a ton of older featurettes, including a deleted scene, featurettes on the making and formation of the film, a featurette on legendary costumer Edith Head, who worked on the film, and plenty of others. I mean, you have over 2.5 hours of bonus features here, so if you're a fan, you'll be happy with what you get. Some of the best Hollywood movies are the movies about Hollywood, and Sunset Boulevard perhaps proves this better than any other. It's director Billy Wilder at its absolute finest, and the performances from William Holden, Gloria Swanson, and all the rest, again, really have to be seen to be believed. It's a masterpiece of the golden age, and it's a must-own in any cinema collection. This 4K comes very highly recommended. How about you? What do you think of Sunset Boulevard? Do you think it's the best cinema movie ever made about cinema? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm T. Carlson. See you next time.